Indian market regulator, the Securities and Exchange Board of India (SEBI) has released guidelines on the issuance of duplicate securities certificate. These guidelines have been issued with the purpose of simplifying the procedure and standardizing the formats of documents that are submitted for the issuance of duplicate securities certificate. Hello friends, I Srishti Pandey in this video will throw some light on the recent notification of SEBI regarding simplification of procedure and standardization of formats of documents for issuance of duplicate securities certificate. Let's first see who are the entities to whom the guidelines on the issuance of duplicate securities certificate have been made applicable. The guidelines is applicable to the following entities: all SEBI registrars to an issue and share transfer agent, all recognized stock exchanges, all listed companies through recognized stock exchanges, all asset management companies, all investors association. The highlight of the guidelines on the issuance of duplicate security certificate is that on 25th May 2022, SEBI issued guidelines simplifying the procedure and standardizing the formats of the documents required for the issuance of duplicate certificate. This step has been taken to make process of issuance of securities certificate more efficient and investor friendly. Efforts have been made to put in place operational guidelines to process investors' service requests to issue duplicate certificates. The guidelines provide a list of documents which the security holders need to submit to receive duplicate securities certificate. Documents that are required for the procedures are: first, the copy of FIR having detail of securities, folio member, distinctive number range and certificate numbers; advertisement in a widely circulated newspaper regarding loss of securities; submission of affidavit and indemnity bond according to the format prescribed by the board. The requirements under point 1 and 2 are not supposed to be met if the value of the securities on the date of submission of application along with complete documentation prescribed by the board does not exceed the number of rupees 5 lakhs. Fifth, the applicant is supposed to quantify the value of the securities on the basis of the closing price of such securities at one of the SEBI recognized stock exchanges a day prior to the date of making such application. Sixth, an overseas security holder in lieu of document mentioned under point 1 has been permitted to provide self-declaration regarding the security certificate lost, misplaced, stolen, which has to be duly notarized, attested by the Indian Embassy in the country of his residence. Self-attested copies of the valid passport of the security holder and overseas address proof also need to be submitted by the security holder. Another document is, in case of non-availability of certificate number or folio number, the RTA, upon request made by the security holder, will provide the same to the security holder only if the signature and address of the security holder match with the RTA and listed company's record. Few important points are: where the signature or address do not match, the security holder will then need to comply with the KYC procedure. Once the security holder is done with the KYC process, the details of the securities will be provided by the RTA or by the listed company itself. SEBI has mandated that forged, fake, stolen certificates or those certificates against which duplicate certificates have been issued must be seized and defaced by the RTA or the listed company and disposed of in the manner authorized by the listed company's board. In order to protect the interest of the companies, SEBI has asked these listed companies to take a special cognizant insurance policy from the insurance company against the risk arising out of the requirement related to the issuance of duplicate security certificate. It must be noted that according to guidelines, the duplicate securities shall be issued in a dematerialized mode only. Let's see what are the additional documents from the annexures to be submitted by the securities holder. Firstly, Form A of the annexure, which is an affidavit for the issuance of duplicate security certificate. Form B of the annexure, which is an indemnity for the issuance of securities. Form C of the annexure contains the format of letter of confirmation. Investor service request, that's Form 4. It is important to note that the guidelines mandate the RTA or the listed companies need to strictly adhere to the formats and documentation provided in the annexure of these guidelines for all the services requests related to the issuance of duplicate security certificates. It is an incumbent upon the stock exchanges to bring particular of these guidelines to the notice of listed companies and disseminate this information through their official websites. This circular has been issued in furtherance of the powers conferred under Section 11 Subclause 1 of SEBI Act 1992, and the purpose of this circular is to protect the interest of investors and promote the development and regulation of the securities market. The said guidelines have been released by SEBI after reviewing the process followed by the RTAs and the issuer companies in issuing the duplicate certificates. The market regulator has also taken into consideration the feedback from the investors and recent regulatory changes. According to SEBI, this framework for issuance of duplicate security certificate shall come into force with immediate effect. That's all in this video. For more such videos, subscribe our channel.